Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you.
Back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the latest news from the stock market as well as cover earnings preview for Lululemon and Micron. Stock index futures started the week with fresh gains, building on Friday's recovery rally, but more volatility may be ahead. Investors are focusing on the Fed's speakers and key inflation data ahead. Banking sector health remains front and center as the quarter winds down. This positivity around banks helped lead the S&P 500 financial sector higher, which was up over 1.5%. However, technology and growth sectors lagged behind as government yields climbed sharply higher. Speaking of yields, the bond market has seen dramatic moves over the past month, with some measures even more than the stock market. Despite the volatility, we see opportunities forming in both short-term and longer-duration investment-grade bonds. Fed speakers are also in the spotlight early this week, starting after today's close when Fed Governor Philip Jefferson will deliver remarks about implementation and transmission of monetary policy. He's followed at 10 a.m. tomorrow by Fed Vice Chair for Supervision Michael Barr, who will testify on bank oversight before the Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs. Investors will be listening closely to hear anything about the health of U.S. banks and any change in how the Fed approaches oversight in the wake of recent bank turmoil. In addition, the market is anticipating a more than 60% probability of the Fed cutting rates by 25 basis points by the time of its July meeting. The markets continue to price in rate cuts, with no further rate hikes currently forecasted. In fact, there are 3 or 4 rate cuts priced in for 2023, bringing the Fed funds rate to around 4.0%. However, we don't yet see the scope for rate cuts, particularly as inflation remains elevated and the labor market remains tight. The Fed will most likely cut rates or signal rate cuts when it sees inflation move meaningfully towards its 2% target or sees the economy and labor market sharply weakening, neither of which is in place today. It is worth noting the quarter wraps up this week, and that means we'll get some traditional end-of-the-quarter data, including a final government read on Q4 gross domestic product, GDP, due early Thursday. Also standing out are the February personal consumption expenditure, PCE prices and Chicago Purchasing Managers Index, PMI, on Friday. Let's dive into upcoming earnings for Micron. On Tuesday, semiconductor chip maker Micron Technology Inc., ticker MU, is expected to report earnings following solid earnings from chip maker NVIDIA, NVDA, earlier this month. Micron's stock has lost almost 22% over the past year but has been on a roller coaster ride with 3 peaks and 3 valleys. The company needs to offer investors some hope of a better than expected year to push the shares higher. 37 analysts cover Micron stock, with 27 recommending a buy or strong buy rating and 8 rating it as hold. The median price target is $66, with an upside potential of 8.2%. The highest target is $100, with an upside potential of 39%. Second quarter fiscal 2023 revenue is expected to be $3.71 billion, down 9.3% sequentially and 110.0% lower year-over-year. Analysts predict an adjusted loss per share of 88 cents, worse than the 4 cents loss in the previous quarter and significantly lower than EPS of $2.14 in the first quarter of fiscal 2022. For the full fiscal year ending in August, revenue is expected to be $15.91 billion, down 48.3%, and a full-year loss is expected to be $2.55, compared to last year's EPS of $8.35. Micron stock's 52-week range is $48.43 to $86.24, and the company pays an annual dividend of 46 cents, yield of 0.75%. The stock has a negative total return of 21.2% over the past 12 months. Meanwhile, Lululemon Athletica Inc., ticker LULU, is also set to report earnings after Tuesday's close. The company has struggled with excess inventory, which is expected to be a topic of discussion during its earnings call. Of the 33 brokerages covering Lululemon, 21 have a buy or strong buy rating and 8 have hold ratings. Fourth quarter fiscal 2023 revenue is forecast to be $2.7 billion, up 45.4% sequentially and 26.8% year-over-year, with adjusted EPS expected to be $4.26, up 113.1% sequentially and 26.4% year-over-year. For the full fiscal year that ended in January, analysts expect Lululemon to report EPS of $9.92, up 27.4%, on sales of $8.04 billion, up 28.4%. That's all for today's update on the stock market. Remember, this video is for informational purposes only and not financial advice. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.